Hey guys, Drew B. Harrell here with Nine Leadership. Today we're coming to you with another video, this time about business. And one of the most common things business owners face is working in your business and not on your business. Stay tuned, we'll talk more about that. One of the most common issues I face when I work with a client for business coaching specifically is when a business owner gets caught up working in their business and doesn't get enough time to work on their business. What does that even mean? Well, let's take for example a graphic designer. A designer is really good at being a designer. They know how to pick colors, they know how to lay out a website, they know how to do really amazing things for publications, for marketing, for all these amazing looking graphics that they can create. But when it comes to running a business, they're not that great at that. That's okay. You're not trained to run a business, you're trained to be a graphic designer. So how do you actually get better at being a business owner? Well, one, you can hire a business coach. But the other thing is, even if you don't want to have the money or the time to hire a business coach, learn to iterate on your business slowly. Create processes that work. But you got to set aside the time to revisit these processes and see what's working for you. Take sales, for example. If you have 10 sales calls with potential clients and you close 3 of them, start recording those calls. Look at your language, how those calls went, what worked, what didn't work when you're talking to different clients. Obviously, every client's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, you want to see what the patterns are, what kind of common language you can pull out to create your effective sales pitch. I'm not saying you create something that's just boilerplate you just read off of. It's always going to be authentic. It always has to be authentic for it to work. But you want to pull out the common language that helps people understand more clearly what you do. A much more complicated example would be, for example, a coach. Coaches have a lot of trouble articulating what it is we do. What value do we bring to people? Because people don't know what coaches do, really. So when you're able to talk to someone and articulate exactly what you do, that's more effective at making that sales pitch than it is just talking to someone who doesn't have any clue what you do and you don't know how to talk to them. You don't know what language works with that person. So there'll be a lot of trial and error in the very beginning. What you do is work on that, iterate that process, iterate that language so you can actually be more effective at selling them. Same thing is true of business processes. As you go through and do your process for a graphic designer, for example, as you take the requirements from the person, you iterate, build a logo, for example, send it back to them and get the feedback process. That process is going to change depending on how you run your business, how you want people to have access to you, how often you want them to have revisions done, how many revisions do you want to have, what works, what doesn't work, what's going to be feasible for you as you bring on new clients and maintain old clients and got to finish up the work, what's the overlap there. These are all things that sounds very overwhelming over time, and it can be if you take it all at once. But understand, again, it's an iterative process. Working on your business is something you never stop doing. You always are going to be working on making your business more effective, more efficient, and work better for you. As your needs change and evolve, your business has to evolve as well. So understand that that's a process that needs to happen. Any entrepreneur, any person who runs a business or wants to run a business needs to understand this. But also understand that even as a coach or a consultant, just because you do this kind of work for others doesn't mean you're great at doing it yourself. You don't have to be great at everything. Running your own business when you're in the maze is a lot more difficult than looking at someone else in the maze and telling them, hey, I see you have to go here and there and there. When you're in the maze, it's harder to see where the cheese is. So understand that there's going to be trial and error in any business you're running. You're not always trained as a business owner. You're trained in your craft. And if your craft is business coaching or business consulting or anything in that realm, it's probably easier for you to see opportunities or know what opportunities you need to look for. But it may not be easier to identify them right in the moment. So it always helps to have someone on the outside looking in, telling you what they're seeing. So do whatever you can to take yourself out of your business and start working on it as opposed to just in it. You obviously have to do both in the very beginning, and it's going to be very, very overwhelming sometimes. But take a step back, understand that there's a separate time for this, working in your business, and a separate time for this, which is working on your business. But you have to allocate time for both. If you don't, you will get overwhelmed, you'll get overworked, and that whole work-life balance thing you wanted to do, the reason you became an entrepreneur to begin with, that's going to be out the window really quickly. So take some time. Set aside 1 day a week at least to revisit your processes. See what works. Hope you all enjoyed the video today. If you did, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to get notified of future videos. If you have any questions or comments or observations of the video, please leave them below in the comment section. And if you have any questions you want to talk to me directly at, please feel free to email at me or comment in the section below. I'll be happy to respond. Let us know if you want to see more of these videos focused around business and running a business, and I'd be happy to do more of them. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care and stay safe.